Over the past few weeks, Marvel announced that when it relaunches all their books this fall after Secret Wars, they're going to have 50 to 60 books, almost a new record for new titles. And in the next few weeks, Marvel will start teasing and announcing each of these books. So before they do that, it's time for me to geek out and list my top 10 characters I want to see get their own books. Now this list is pretty straightforward, however I did place one restriction on myself. These are all new titles, and by that I mean I picked characters who haven't had their own series in the last 2 years. So as much as I wanted to make this list nothing but new warriors, sadly I could not. So here we go. Number 10, ShangChi. I've argued for a long time that ShangChi might be the most underrated badass in the Marvel Universe. He's got a list of achievements that include punching through a giant space robot that took out Thor, beating down a dragon the size of a city, and even resisting the psychic manipulations of Jean Grey, perhaps the most powerful telepath in the Marvel Universe. He's honed his chi so well he's immune to poisons, can see in the dark, heck, he can even tell if someone is trying to follow him by smelling their sweat from a block away. He's like Batman if Batman could actually do all the cool things that people say he can. I'm sure I will receive no negative feedback for that statement. Number 9, Night Nurse. Okay, I know this is a weird one, but hear me out. After the Daredevil series was a big success, suddenly people online for the first time ever are talking about Night Nurse, and Marvel is trying out some new directions with their superheroes rather than just the classic put them in a costume and punch villains storyline. So imagine if you took Night Nurse and made a superhero medical drama. What happens after a massive battle when she has to save Captain America's life? How does she perform an operation on alien life form? And what does she do when mutant hunting Sentinels find out that her hospital has half the X-Men unconscious in her ICU? They might only be able to put out a miniseries for it, but I would read that in a heartbeat. Number 8, Iceman. Currently in the Marvel Universe, there's an adult Iceman and a younger Iceman from the past, and the younger Iceman recently came out as gay, and it was revealed that the older Bobby has been hiding this for all these years. Well, Marvel is currently trying to provide more representation in their books, and I applaud them for that. But if they reveal that Iceman is gay and then just shuffle him off stage for the next several years, never to be seen, it doesn't really mean as much. So when Marvel relaunches, I want an Iceman book, a series focusing on what it's like to be a hero who just accepted who they are, and following him as he goes through the process of telling his teammates, his family, and trying to start his life over again. You do that, and I think Marvel would have one of the most important books out there on the stands. Number 7, Emma Frost. Ever since she joined the X-Men under Grant Morrison and became head of the school, Emma Frost has become a fan-favorite character and has soared in popularity. And now that she's recently split off from the team, it seems like the perfect time to give her her own series. A series that would explore what it's like to be a reformed villain and a leader of mutants, all with that Emma Frost attitude that we love so much. Number 6, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. With their Netflix series coming up, I know they'd more than likely both be getting their own series, but then I thought about it. They're married, they live together, they raise a daughter together. Why not let them fight crime together too? Plus, with the Fantastic Four apparently gone for good in the Marvel Universe, there's a need for a new book that's all about family. And for that, my vote goes to a Luke Cage and Jessica Jones book. Number 5, Ms. America Chavez. Here's another fan favorite character that the internet has been asking for ever since she popped up. As I said, I'm not putting recent series up here, so that's why the Young Avengers isn't on this list. However, out of all the members of the Young Avengers, Miss America was clearly the breakout star. Not only did she kick tons of butt with an action hero attitude, but I'm also giving her this spot because, well, honestly, she had a crazy backstory, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So if someone could please give her a series that explores that and fleshes it all out, that would be super. Thanks. Number 4, The Great Lake Avengers. No, seriously. For the past 3 years, Marvel has been flooded with too many Avengers books. Avengers, New Avengers, Avengers AI, Mighty Avengers, Uncanny Avengers, Avengers Arena. There's too many to keep track of. Heck, some of them aren't even about the Avengers. So when Marvel relaunches, I hope they cut this number down to just the core Avengers title. But if I had to pick one new Avengers book to throw in there, it would have to be Great Lake Avengers. This team of lovable losers provided laughs in the Marvel U where you might not have expected it, and Dan Slott's miniseries on them was one of the best things he's ever written. Plus, at the moment, Marvel is trying to find their next big comedy star, so it seems like the perfect time to bring them back. Number 3, Adam Warlock. Between the Guardians of the Galaxy and Secret Wars, Marvel's cosmic side is very popular at the moment. And with Jonathan Hickman leaving the Avengers, I asked myself, what character would he be best suited to write? And the character of Adam Warlock fits right between these two perfectly. He's one of the biggest and most important characters to the Marvel cosmic realm, as well as he ties closely to the upcoming MCU villain Thanos. And his backstory is filled with craziness, from being a scientific creation, to being a space messiah, to all of his rebirths and his changing forms, and becoming evil and good again, and being a sorcerer. When I look at all of that, it sounds right up Hickman's alley. He's a writer who works best with characters who exist between spiritual philosophy and scientific wonders, so to me, there's no better choice for my dream title for him to work on than Adam Warlock. Number 2, the Scarlet Witch. After Age of Ultron, Scarlet Witch is set to be a rising star in the MCU, so it would make sense for her to finally get her own book. But, most importantly, few characters have been in need of fixing recently as much as Wanda. Between Bendis having her go insane and killing off half the Avengers and 99% of the mutant population, and Remender having her constantly falling into a pit of sadness and talking non-stop about how much she hates herself and her parents, someone needs to come in and redeem this character. Someone needs to come in and show everyone what a strong, fun character the Scarlet Witch used to be. And at number 1, the Runaways. I almost didn't put this on the list simply because it seemed too obvious. Ever since its third and possibly final cancellation nearly 6 years ago, fans have been screaming for this book to come back. Even fans who were probably too young to have read the book when it first came out have gone back and discovered how good it was. And Marvel knows this. Heck, they've been throwing around the idea of a Runaways TV show or movie for years now, even before the Marvel Cinematic Universe was a thing. But what could you do with a new Runaways series that hasn't been done yet? What could you do to make this version of the team stand out? Well, one thing you have to remember is that approximately 2 years have passed in the Marvel Universe since the last time we saw this team, and another year is going to skip between the lead up to Secret Wars and its end, meaning that this team that once captured that feeling of teenage rebellion are now going to be grown-ups. So you're left with two options. Either you create a new team of Runaways with a new purpose and a new reason to fight and rebel, or you stick with the old team but tell their story of what it's like to grow up. What it's like to take that bold, youthful spirit of yours into your 20s for a whole new kind of adventure. Honestly, I would read either of those ideas. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments below, what new series do you want to see from Marvel? Also, if you like this video, then please hit subscribe. I make geeky videos about comics, movies, and video games every single week, and I always appreciate anyone who tunes in. And if you want more from me, then check out some of my other videos here and follow me on Twitter and Tumblr. Thanks everyone, and come back next time. Weren't expecting an after credits scene, were you? Hi there folks, I just got done editing the video that you just got done watching, which by the way, thank you for that, that was super nice of you. And as you know, it was on the top 10 books that I want to see Marvel launch during this all new, all different Marvel lineup that they have coming up later this year. And here's the thing, they've been revealing each day one new book, so it's going to take them a while to get them all out there, or at least that's what I thought. See, I work in a comic book store. And that means that I get to see some of these books ahead of time. And this Wednesday, 3 days after I upload this video, Marvel is going to put out there a free magazine that is going to have a one-page preview of every single one of the books that they have coming out. Every single one of the 60 books that they have coming out are going to be announced this Wednesday. And I got to see them all ahead of time. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I only got one of them right. I'll admit, like, half the things I put on this list were kind of as jokes, kind of things like, I know this isn't going to happen, but hey, what if it did? But still, even then, I only got one of them right, so I didn't do that great. But you guys now have 3 days to guess what was the one book that I got right. I'm just going to tease you guys with that. Have fun with it. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed finding out what each of these books are, and once you have found out, let me know in the comments, what's the book that you're looking forward to most? Alright, thank you guys again for watching this, and have a good night.